Hello everybody and welcome back to DIY Ideas. Today we are going to conduct a little bit of a wool test. This is a Rico Design Fashion Inuit wool, 100 grams at 50 meters, 50% virgin wool, 45% acrylic and 5% polyamide. They recommend a size 12 hook. This is a massive ball of wool, which you can assume based on the limited length. It's in this pretty blue silver tone. I'm pretty sure this ball used to look a little bit different because you can see it was opened before and taped back up. So let's open it and see what we got. I'm excited to see what it will look like. I really love the colors and I think they work really well together. So here it starts. And as I said before, this is a very big yarn and it looks pretty stringy to me. You can see there is black thread in there that keeps it all together, making it very fluffy and fuzzy. It looks very unique to me. I'm excited to see how well one can crochet with it. I'm going to crochet a very simple pattern as an example. This ball is very thick and tightly wrapped. I'm not sure how to make the label stick to it. Let's start from the outside with this and begin with our hook. Where is it? Okay, there it is. So let me show you again. Number 12. Let's start with a few chains. First slip knot, and then we go with 12. Okay, move it all over, and we go with 1. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, not as easy as I thought. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, I can straight away say that it reminds me of faux fur wool. It has the same characteristics that makes it practically impossible to see what you're doing. I cannot see anything I did, but I can feel it. So basically you just have to trial and error with this. It's not the easiest to work with, that much I can say. Let's do a chain of 2.5 double backwards. That means we have a base of 14 chains. Now we yarn over and stitch into here. Okay, here. And we pull through and through all the 3 loops. You definitely rely on your sense of touch here over your eyes. It's much easier to feel where everything is. Alright. There we go. Let's pull this over a little bit and go into the next. It's working pretty well, and it is growing in size pretty quickly too. This is gonna be pretty big. I was concerned at first that a 12 hook was gonna be too big, but it's working really well. This is gonna be super fluffy. Let's watch this. Very tightly packed and very voluminous. This is coming together pretty nicely. We have about 1 or... you really have to feel with your fingers what you're doing. It's hard to tell just by sight. But the pattern is looking really nice. You just cannot tell what you did. I wouldn't recommend doing any intricate patterns with this because it's really not worth the work, because at the end of the day you can't really see what you did. And I would honestly say this is pretty wide, maybe too wide. Maybe... yeah, I think maybe we'll start this back up and do maybe less chains definitely, so we can do something a little bit bigger with it. I'll unravel this all the way and start back up. Maybe we can do 8 chains this time instead. Yeah, I'll unravel this quickly and then we'll start back up with 8. Okay, so we start back up and I did 8 half doubles as a base and 2 chains for height. Then we went ahead and crochet backwards. Here we go with another 2 chains for height, and we're going to crochet backwards now. It's a bit easier now for me to find all my stitches, and I know with a yarn like this it looks like a crazy mess at first, but I can tell you with a crochet hook like this you'll have a way easier time crocheting. It's still a good idea to use your fingers to make sure and double check your progress and guide yourself in terms of how to proceed. That way you can really figure out where to stitch in next and make it easier. So there we go, a few more of these. And then we're already at the outer section of this piece. I got the last few chains to do. And then there you see it. Yeah, it's coming together like a square-ish, I would say. I am surprised about this. Look at this string. It looks way thinner than it is, but it turns out, you know, you end up with a really tight, voluminous piece. I was really thinking about using a smaller hook at first because, you know, why not? But I would not think that would have worked. I would actually recommend bigger, or 12 or bigger for this. We almost got a square, almost the size of my hand. I'm gonna use the rest of this yarn ball, and just to see how big of a piece we're gonna end up with. Oh, okay. Oh, that was not supposed to happen. Okay, let's do this one again. Here, just this little section here. Let's go back. Okay, and now I got both. Now here we go again. Let me feel where I am at. 2 more. There we are. And here we do our last few. So I gotta keep going over here, but let's look at this. But I'm going to keep going and finish up using the entire wool I've left over, and we'll see what we will end up with once I am done. So I used up all the wool I had left, and it was pretty easy, I have to say. It is basically impossible to tell any stitches apart. This piece, everything blends in with each other. You can slightly tell that there are chains in here if you pull slightly on it, but it basically blends into one big fluffy piece. It looks very interesting, that's for sure. I ended up with about 60 centimeters, and all that's left is this, so I can connect both ends with each other. Let's see how we're gonna do this. Yep, let's move this over here. I'm just gonna go from left to right and connect them by stitching them together on both sides. I have the left side on the front of me with the thread. And here we go. I'm stitching through the top chains here. Use your fingers here to know where you're going. As you can see, it works pretty well. I ended up with a loop scarf after using 1 ball of this wool. With 2 of these you could probably make a super fluffy and thick winter scarf. It has the volume for it, definitely. It's really super soft to the touch, and it looks really interesting, I think, and cool. I enjoyed making this. I'm gonna finish this up quickly. Just here, just those 2 little end stitches to fully connect it. I'm going to clean this up a little bit by sewing all of this together and clean up all the threads. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, click the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel. See you next time!